It's really exciting to be here today in Croke Park. As a brand Yoplait are delighted to be working with the LGFA for 2022 sponsorship. I'm really looking forward to working with the girls this year.
Yoplait is something I've always had before and after training. It's great for calcium and get vitamin D in, and I just can't wait for them to get involved with us and help all the other athletes.
It's great, and obviously to get them involved and kind of yogurt and just a staple meal that it is. Like, I'd be always on the go, especially when you're training, going for matches and college as well. Like, it's just such a handy little snack to grab nearly. So having them on board, and obviously they'll be able to push their brand as well and get it out there. It's just great.
I think it's great because they're such good products that you'd need for recovery and stuff, you know, protein, get your calcium in and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's great.
I said to the girls beforehand, I was like, I've always been a fan of them, and it's something I find really beneficial for myself anyway, and other elite athletes definitely have used them. I've talked to Orla and a few others and they said the same. So
we chose ladies because we feel that you know, it's a really nice time to get involved with it. You know, there's huge attention on ladies sports across the board, and it's brilliant to see. It's brilliant to see that the profile's been risen and that there's more support being backed against the ladies about ladies sports overall across all sports. So we are delighted to be working with the Ladies Gaelic Football Association.
Emma Duggan, all the way from the All-Ireland final with Meath to the DCU Sports Grounds with DCU. They have an all-star in their midst, and they have another one actually in Carla Rowe. She has, of course, 3 all-stars, but NUIG on the other side have their own all-star as well. 5 all-stars out here today, and of course the NUIG All-Star is Melissa Duggan from Cork, an All-Star in 2019. So 5 TG Cahir All-Star Awards on show tonight. That shows you the quality that is out there for the Yoplait O'Connor Cup Round 1 game here at DCU, between DCU and NUIG. So it's Dublin against Galway, but as Jennifer Dunn told me the other day in the interviews when we were looking ahead to this, they had something like 19 counties represented, so it's definitely not just Dublin against Galway. Right. Lovely night here, a bit windy, but you know, not too bad apart from that, and we have a brilliant camera angle here for the game tonight, so we're really looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to seeing some fantastic football because it really is first class action with top quality players. We welcome your comments on Facebook, so feel free to message us there. But tonight, for the first time, we're actually on YouTube at the same time, so you have a choice. You can watch on either. You can go to YouTube on your smart TV and watch it there, and you can even watch it on Twitter. It's actually on my own Twitter feed. We've worked that out, so that's a new development. So there it is. The captains out there in the middle of the pitch. Number 6 for DCU is Anna Rose Kennedy, of course from Aherlow and Tipperary, and the number 11 is Lauren McGregor from Waterford. She's actually the vice captain for NUIG, but she's gone up to take the toss because the captain is Niamh Daly from Galway, and she is in the subs. So we're not too far away from the throw-in, but what we're going to do just for a minute is we're going to go back to those interviews and a little bit of a preview I did with a player from each side when we had a meeting last week in Croke Park to promote this event. Can you give a shout out to some of the players now? Name as many as you like.
Well, one at the top of my head that's coming this year is Melissa Duggan from Cork. She's a great addition to our team. There's also Kate Gare, she's there from Galway, and Chelsea Crowe, Aoife Garrity from Mayo. And it's funny because there's so many of them you've been playing against the underage, and now playing with them, it's such a nice experience because you know you never played with them before, and then you're making friends with people that you used to, you know, have big rivalries with. So yeah, it's great.
And when you look around the other girls and all the girls taking part in this competition, I mean, it's a serious level.
Yeah, no, it's basically inter-county level between the combination of players you have on your team. I think in the league for us, we had a combination of 17 different counties represented, so it's immaculate and it's really great, and I think it's so competitive as well, and it's getting better and better every year, so just really looking forward to it.
Melissa Duggan, I mean, that's a huge name for you. I remember she played a few years ago for, I think it was a different college, so she's gone to you now, but that's a massive plus for you.
Definitely, she's so solid there in the backs and making those drives forward as well. She can do everything really, so she's a great addition to the team, and we're just happy to have her there.
17 different counties, a lot of players there. Do you want to give a shout out for some of them? It doesn't have to be all the big names either.
No, well obviously there's a few Dubs which are my crew, but no, we have girls then from Offaly, like Kate Kenny. She's actually a dual star, she's really great at the moment, and she's with the Ashburn, so people like her, and then Sarah Harding from Wexford as well. Then there's a few Tip girls. There's just so many like that from all parts of Ireland. It's just great that there's so many people involved, and you make friends for life as well from different counties because of that.
And for the colleges as well, it's a great level to be playing at, isn't it?
Yeah, because 2 years ago NUIG was actually in the Giles Cup, so to be back in O'Connor Cup is great, and I really think we've a great chance. You know, some people might think it's always UL or DCU that will get to the final, but I honestly think we have a really good chance this year. So, and as a player you want to be playing at the top level, and I'm just happy that we're in O'Connor Cup and we're able to do that.
Fighting talk there from Hannah Noon, and why not? She's had a great week already. Let's look at the teams quickly, starting with DCU, managed by Peter Clark. Dublin's Abby Shields in goals, Jennifer Duffy from Monaghan, Claire Dunn from St Farnans and Sligo. She's actually just been named as their new vice captain, and Roisin Ennis has just been named as the new captain of Offaly. That's the standard you have there, and all Dublin midfield, and of course Emma Duggan and Carla Rowe up in the forwards. Standout names there, but lots of standout names. Moving on to NUIG, they have lots of standouts as well. If you go through there, you'll recognise the Noon sisters. There's Hannah and Eva. Hannah's almost a year older, and Melissa Duggan, of course, the Cork All-Star, who also won 2 Rising Stars in the colleges in 2017 and 2018, and that was when she was playing for RCSI, the Royal College of Surgeons. 2 Rising Star awards and an All-Star, a full All-Star as well, and their vice captain Lauren McGregor, as I mentioned, is at centre half forward. And who else have they got there? Well, the likes of Emer O'Kane from Galway, lots of Galway girls of course, and lots of young brilliant talent there just coming through. Girls who have played at minor, under 16 the last few years. Unbelievable talent all over the country, and it's coming to the fore here now tonight. So we are looking forward to this. A little bit of history. First stream that we have done, certainly that we have done, and in the round stages of the O'Connor Cup. We did cover the league final a few months ago when DCU won that quite easily against UL, and before that they beat NUIG actually in the semi-finals. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out tonight. DUC have home advantage. It is very windy, but the players are well used to that kind of thing. I did spot a number 17 there, so there's one change to the starting 15 that we've been given at least, and we'll bring that to you in just a second. It's 17 for DCU, so I will bring you up to date with that in a minute. She may be brought into the play here, so I might need to get her name a little bit sooner rather than later. You see the number 17 on the back there, and it's going to be a free in, and she's waiting to get it quickly. And it's 18 there as well, so 2 DCU changes. That's Maria Riley, 18, and 17 is Emma Lawler. So they are in the starting lineup tonight for DCU, and that is Maria on the ball now, and she looks for a runner, and she gets that willing runner as well. Coming back out now, and Lawler's available, and so is Duggan. And this is Lawler now, Emma Lawler from Emma Duggan, the 2 Emmas combining there. And this is another one, this is Emma Morrissey, all the Emmas. Maria Riley takes over, patient player, but the burst is coming through from Anna Rose Kennedy, the captain, trying to get a little bit of space. Dunn moves it out, and now I thought she was maybe going to go for score here, but NUIG doing well to keep them outside the scoring zone. This is the sort of cat and mouse game you get at the top level of ladies Gaelic football these days, and this is very much the top level. So NUIG sitting in there, and off camera I can see a sweeper sitting in there around the D, and that's actually their number 3, Ciara Kearney. She's the Clare Galway minor captain from 2021. DCU now being forced to go back, and number 4 is Shannon McLaughlin from Termon and Donegal. I mentioned All-Stars earlier, and of course another McLaughlin from Termon got her All-Star a few months ago, finally. And NUIG finally are rewarded for their patience and their tackling, and that is Melissa Duggan. Now, what can NUIG do? It's a little bit difficult to see those numbers over on the far side. They're a little bit small and bunched together, and there's a white stripe coming across, but I think I saw a number above 15, so that may be another change. Number 7 is Kate Garrity coming forward, there's no doubt about that though. And this is NUIG trying to engineer something, but they're finding the same problem that they created at the other end, and that is they're trying to find a way through, but not too easy. Lauren McGregor is the girl trying to do that, and she has been turned over, and now it's a case of trying to break quickly, but the turnover has been turned over. So it's NUIG trying to work a way through. I think that's even noon. I think that says 13 in the back. My eyesight seems to be failing me a little bit, but that goes over the heads, and that's going to go to Abby Shields, who played quite a bit last year for Dublin, certainly in the league, from Lucan Sarsfields. As I said, feel free to leave me your messages on Facebook. Put your comment in there, or on the YouTube channel. There's a live chat there. This is 17. This is Emma Lawler again, and that's well taken by the other Emma Duggan. And she leaves it off and then speeds off, trying to get a return ball from Orla Lally, her Meath teammate. Doesn't come though. They've gone left instead. And NUIG repelling that attack as well. So it's a little bit of a stalemate at the minute. No scores, and each team doing well in the defensive areas. Good run there by Aoife Gilmartin from Leitrim, actually, the number 12. From Glencar Manor Hamilton, that is. Now coming inside, it's Kate Garrity again. She's from Galway, Jim Cortoon. And she comes back out, and that looks like an 18 on the back. Or is it 10? I'm not sure. If it's 10, it's Aoife Garrity from Westport. If it's 18, it's Kiva Keown from Donegal. I think it's 10 actually, now that I see it again a little bit closer up. 13 is there, 8 is there, and it is number 10, just to confirm that. So Aoife Garrity from Westport was the girl on the ball there. Cameras are a little bit shaky tonight. We do have a great platform here on DCU, a great height advantage for this game, but very windy here, so it's difficult to keep the camera steady for the game, but we're doing our very best, so we hope you're enjoying the coverage nonetheless. This is good play for NUIG though, and they could get the first score of the game, but it's come down off the post actually. Might end up in more than that, but it's well blocked down, and there's still a chance of the score, and it even could drop into the net, but it's dropped over the bar. First point of the game, and it goes to NUIG. And trying to see the number, I think it's 14 got that, and that would be Cara Shannon, who is from the Longford Slashers. 1 point to no score for NUIG. From the kick out, DCU get possession. So the Galway girls will be very pleased with the start that they have made. Good chasing back by Emer O'Kane, but she's given away a free. She'll have to be careful with those. Anna Rose Kennedy is number 6 in the burst now. It's from Jennifer Dunn from Coola in Dublin. This is Orla Lally. Leaves it off to Lawler. And we'll come back to Lally. She had a very impressive game in the league final, which DCU won. But this is very different. This is after Christmas. This is Rachel Hartnett, also from Coola in Dublin. And she, of course, has been in the Dublin panel. So the same club as Jennifer Dunn. Patient play here. This is Emma Morrissey. Oh, and there's a nice ball in there to Lally. I thought she was going to burst through the defence, waiting for the move off the shoulder here. DCU trying to get a burst through. Dunn's trying to do it all herself, and she might do it all herself. She has got through. She shrugs off a challenge and blasts it over the bar. That's how to beat this kind of defence, and it's a point on the board for DCU at home, and that levels it after just over 6 minutes. Referee could have given her a free, but Jonathan Murphy wisely decided to let her go and claim her score. Now the goalkeeper is Karen Connolly from Corofin, and she gives it to Chelsea Crowe. And Chelsea's from Annadown in Galway. Nice little burst inside by Garrity, who's been very busy. This is Emma Ferrin, who's actually a Belfast girl, all the way down in Galway. Emma is with St Bridget's in Antrim. Good speedy attack down the far side of the field here, and I think that is Ferrin involved there, and it's certainly NUIG putting it up to NUIG. And you heard the fighting talk before the game from Hannah Noon, and they certainly feel confident that they can give a game tonight to DCU. They're traditionally, or certainly over the last number of years, they've been losing most times to NUIG. Or sorry, to DCU rather. NUIG have not had much success, but Hannah feels that they have a team that can handle it this year and go a long distance in it. Just to put it into context, NUIG have only ever been in the O'Connor Cup final once, ever. They lost that one against DCU in 2005. Now there's a battle there because Emma Morrissey has won it and she's coming clear and she has a chance. Screws it off her boot to the right though and goes wide, but she did well certainly initially. By the way, that 2005 NUIG team, they lost to UCD in the final. As I say, their only appearance ever in O'Connor final. The likes of Emer Flaherty was on that team, and Ger Keneally and Claire Regan from Mayo. Fabulous footballers who went on to achieve so much for their counties and clubs. Claire with Cornicon. Emma Duggan is blocked down there, but gets it back. 2 players after her, so she leaves it off. This is one of the other Emmas. This is Lawler. The wind picking up here in DCU Sports Grounds. Hartnett comes back out to Dunn, and she's made a few of these speedy runs and direct runs. She's already got a point from it. She creates room this time, and it's going to be put over the bar, and that's the second point of the game for DCU, and Dunn is having a strong influence on this game. She had the drive, and there was the finish. DCU sneaking in front. Now, where does the goalkeeper Connolly go with this one? Good press by DCU, and they've won it from the kick out. They pressed right up there as far as they could possibly go. The keeper had nowhere to go, and then she was under pressure by time pressure and got rid of it, but it's been turned over, and that's why DCU have got it again with Hartnett. Now they're playing keep ball. And this is Kennedy. Good to see her back after injuries. Dunn has a runner off the shoulder in Shannon McLaughlin. Dublin and Donegal combining. This is Duggan to Riley, Maria Riley. Now it comes back out to Kennedy, who comes forward at speed and gives it to Orla Lally, and she goes for the point. And is it going to have the distance? Doesn't quite carry. So NUIG defenders judged that well. They kept the players outside the zone, though to be fair, there's a wind coming, I think, directly from that area, so she was kicking into the wind. Another day that probably would have gone over. So DCU playing into the wind, but leading 2-1 after conceding the first score of the game. And this is Duggan, and that familiar kicking style of hers comes into play with a score for her, and now DCU move further ahead. The Meath All-Star with a point for them. Didn't play in the league, but very much in the reckoning now for the O'Connor Cup. Kick out this time is carried by the wind. It might go all the way over the line. That's a bit of a race to the line, but won by Kate Garrity. She did brilliantly there to reach that and gives it to Lauren McGregor, the Waterford player. And Lauren now speeds off and drives it into the corner, and the wind can sometimes carry those, but more so on a 3G pitch, but not in grass, so they have managed to keep it in, and they've got a free there as well for that challenge. The referee Jonathan Murphy very quick to give a free for that. On the ball. Quick break there, but Jonathan was right up with the play, and this is a chance for NUIG. 2-1 down. Their turn to try and work it. She gets inside, and that's unlucky. That looked like it could have just dropped in. In fact, it nearly did. It dropped short and was on target after looking like it was going to go right. I think that was Gil Martin, but it was well watched by Abby Shields. Now, DCU trying to capitalise on NUIG having committed some players upfield. This is Lally looking for her Meath teammate Emma Duggan. Finds her. She's been followed by Ciara Kearney, and Ciara doing her best to keep up. She needs a bit of help though, and Duggan has got in behind, and she will try to fist that over the bar, and it looks like she succeeded in doing that. And Emma Duggan now has scored twice in the last few minutes, and DCU have a little bit of daylight between the teams. You see the little turn of pace there, and Duggan from Dunboyne scores. And interestingly, I did bill this as Duggan v Duggan because it looked like Emma Duggan would be marked by Melissa Duggan, but it's not turning out that way. It doesn't look like a direct match up there. It looks like Melissa is sitting in there and Emma is floating around the fringes, if you like. Hartnett goes all the way back to Niamh Heatherton from Clontarf, although she plays her camogie with St Vincent's. So an all Dublin midfield there of Jennifer Dunn and Heatherton. There's just county players everywhere, as Jennifer Dunn was saying in the preview. It's top quality, and here she goes. And she gives it to Lally, Dublin and Meath, in opposition last year, and now as teammates. And now a Tipperary girl, Morrissey, speeds through. She got a goal in the league final, and the referee has brought her back there. I think she had ambitions for maybe getting a goal, but this time Jonathan brings it back. Yesterday on the O'Connor Cup, Queens played UCC. UCC won that one, 3-13 to 111. So just to remind you, you have a choice of viewing here. You can watch it on Facebook. You can also watch it on the LGFA YouTube channel if you prefer. Some of you on your smart TVs might be able to pop it up there a little bit easier. And it's also on Twitter, so you can watch it in lots of different places. And you can watch what's happening here. And it's Emma Duggan trying to create a chance for Morrissey. And Morrissey twisting and turning and eventually getting her kick away and getting it over the bar. And DCU now starting to turn the knife a little bit. After the first score went to NUIG, DCU have scored 5 in a row. Now that kick out has found Aoife Gilmartin, who has had to come all the way back to left corner back for NUIG. They're being starved of possession, but it's important that they just get their hands on the ball for a little while, and they've done that now, and now Gilmartin has it. She's had to recycle a little bit and work very hard just to get up the field at all, but Heatherton is there. Now it's Garrity. Great pressure again, and that's Kennedy coming in there, and she does well and just got a hand to it, just enough for DCU to turn it over. And NUIG just in danger of being left behind a little bit at the minute, because DCU have really got into their rhythm and are very, very impressive. Such a strong midfield with the two Dublin girls there. And then they have runners like Orla Lally from the middle of the field. Well, half back if you like, but certainly around the middle. And then lots of willing runners in the forwards and lots of quality there as well. And that's certainly a free out for the foot going in. Referee making note of that as well. I wonder, is he thinking of doing more than that? No, he's happy to let things go. Haven't had a chance to go to your messages on Facebook, but I will do in a minute when we get the water break. And I'll check the messages on Facebook and on YouTube. So you're very welcome to leave a comment there. Now, that's a ball into the forwards from Lauren McGregor, but the DCU defence has been incredibly tight ever since the first 2 or 3 minutes of the game. They win every ball that's coming up there. They're getting out in front of their forwards, are certainly getting a hand in, and DCU are dominating possession. And if you're wondering what's happening with the water break and thinking you read in the news that there would be no water breaks anymore, well, that was not applicable to either camogie or ladies football, and camogie changed their rule as of yesterday. Ladies football have it in until the 1st of April. The thinking there is that if there's a competition already underway, you keep it the same until it's over, which sounds eminently sensible to me. So there will be a water break here in a minute. It's great to showcase the quality of these games for you, and with the celebration of the new sponsor for these games, of course, which is Yoplait. And all the girls at the launch last week were absolutely delighted with that. Free in for DCU. Daniel Caldwell on Facebook says it's great to be able to watch online. Sandra O'Shaughnessy says thanks as well for the stream. Glad to be able to watch. Rosaline Kerwin says go on, Emma. You might need to be more specific. There's 4 at least out there on the starting team tonight. Here's one of them. This is Emma Duggan. And that's a difficult one. She got her boot to it. There could be a goal here, though. The goalkeeper could be punished. And she is. And it's a goal for DCU out of nothing. Just before the water break. There is the water break now. Duggan's ball came in. And the other Emma Morrissey was there getting her boot to it. And that is a blow for NUIG just at the water break. Maria Maw says best of luck to Melissa Duggan and NUIG from her clubmates in Dohenys. And that's in Cork, of course. Denise says good girl Cara Shannon doing the Slashers proud. Margaret Doherty McBride says best of luck to Galway. Ella Rose Sainsbury says shout out to Louise Carlin tuning in from Chicago. And Daniel is enjoying the live stream in Castlebar. Those all of the messages coming in on Facebook. So I'm just going to check as well to see if there's any messages on YouTube as well, because it is available there as well. So actually I can't just do that just at the moment, but I'll try and get hold of those in a minute. I don't have the live chat available on the YouTube on my device here at the minute, but I'll try and get that for you in a moment. But I know people are watching it there as well, and some people prefer to watch it there, and it's on Twitter as well. So lots of areas to watch the game. Peter Clark out there with his team, getting them in for a quick huddle and a quick word after the water. He calls for more, even though his team have just opened up a 7-point lead. He wants a little bit more. And Rosaline Kerwin confirms she meant Emma Lawler. Thank you for that. NUIG a little bit longer on the water break, and it's their kick out, so we can't go on without them anyway, so there'll be no surprise goals. Kate O'Mara says well done Emma Morrissey with the goal, and Garvin McFerrin, best umpire in the business up there in County Down, says 2 great games today, thanks Jerome. And that was reference to a schools game we did up in Tyrone this afternoon, this morning really, which was fabulous. So we're promoting schools and colleges today with 2 streams. Boot goes in there again, and the referee very quick on that one. Doesn't like the boot going in when there's a hand down there. Now this is NUIG trying to inject a little bit of pace through their Antrim girl Emma Ferrin from the St Bridget's Club in Belfast, but it's eaten up there by Orla Lally after somebody got a hand to it, and the players from DCU so good at doing that on the break again, and they're really hurting NUIG. NUIG trying to get forward, they get turned over, and then they get hit on the break with some serious talent and energy, and it's obviously going to take a toll as we go on if DCU manage to keep this up, and that's what it looks like at the minute. They really have a star-studded team. This is heartening. There's room out here for Emma Lawler, 17, lots of room. And she just takes her time, moves inside Gilmartin, and then plays it looking for Heatherton. Emma Duggan drops the shoulder, comes back to Lawler. Bit of pressure exerted there, but she's going to take her time on the ball and get a bit of support from Kennedy. And she really looks impressive there in that centre half back role. That diamond there for DCU looks formidable, with Anna Rose Kennedy at 6, Jennifer Dunn at 8, Niamh Heatherton at 9, and Emma Duggan at 11. I mean, if you went round Ireland and tried to get the top 4 in there, they would certainly be in the reckoning. Duggan now available to take the ball, to take possession. McLaughlin speeds off into the corner if needed, stretching NUIG's defence, and now the burst through from Duggan. She's held up though. Ciara Kearney from Galway, what a challenge for her, the Clare Galway minor captain last year, facing Emma Duggan, although I guess they're about the same age. Emma Duggan is 19. Hard to believe that when you see the achievements she's had so far with Dunboyne and with Meath, and now going well with DCU. Ball played into the corner for DCU, and this is their full forwards. This is Emma Morrissey, and you may have noticed by now that Carla Rowe is not out there tonight. 2 changes at the start for DCU, and obviously she was one of the players who didn't make it. And Kate Kenny, 13, was named at 13, but I don't think she's out there either, and that's probably because of her camogie commitments, I guess, with St. Rina's. But DCU have so many fabulous players to come in that the team is certainly not weakened by the changes. This is Hartnett to Lawler. They've kept possession now for what, 2 minutes? And they don't look like giving it up. Duggan bursts through 2 challenge. A third one comes. She goes past that as well. Makes room, and the room is created for Hartnett, and that might stay in play, and it does stay in play, so there could actually be a goal here. I see a jersey pull from here. I'm sure the referee spotted it too, and it comes back out for DCU, and Lally is there now. Lally taking on NUIG, and then filters it back out. The ball is recycled. This is hard going for NUIG. They came here with big hopes, but they are having a lot of difficulty dealing with DCU. DCU have been to the fore a lot, of course, in the O'Connor Cup in recent years, but they haven't actually won it as often as you might think. They won it 3 times a number of years back, about 10 years ago, actually. In fact, I'll give you the exact details on that in a minute. I'm just trying to follow the play as well. They won it in 2009 to 11, so 3 years in a row there at DCU. And again in 2018 when they beat UL at Abbottstown. But of course, other than that, it's all been UL. Well, apart from UCD once and Queen's once. UL beat UCD in the last final in 2019, so UL are the current holders. Referee Jonathan Murphy on the ball again right there to see that collision and to judge it. You see there the wind is picked up. Our camera's got a little bit shaky there, as you see, but very hard to keep it still with the height that we have here and also with the conditions. Just to compare notes, DCU have won 4 O'Connor Cups since 2009. NUIG haven't been in the final in that time. In fact, they've only been in the final ever once, and that was 2005 when they lost to UCD. But big hopes this year with a lot of fabulous players out there. And they have a free here. And the referee having a word actually with the DCU number 18. That's a yellow card in fact for number 18 Maria Riley, so she is going to the sin bin. Leinster Ladies Gaelic Football Association have been on to us on Facebook saying best wishes to all players from Leinster playing this evening. Brilliant to see our Leinster Club Championship players in action still, absolutely. And Michael O'Connor says that I must be at this game since the early 70s. He's talking about me, or maybe you're talking about yourself, Michael. But yeah, it does feel like that a little bit. I hear you. And Emer Feely says, go on, Aoife Gilmartin. And Kate O'Mara says, best of luck to Anna Rose and M. A lot of Emmas out there today. That's Emma Morrissey. So yes, Michael O'Connor's right. It's been a long involvement for myself, and it's great at this stage to be able to bring a live stream, because I've known how good these games are for a long time, and there's an example of it. Brilliant point for NUIG. They have stopped the rot and they've got a score of their own, and that's one of the best scores of the game so far, so that will make them feel a little bit better about themselves brings it back to a 6-point game, but gives them a little bit of hope. Very strong wind here. Now we're holding everything down, battening down the hatches here in DCU because that wind is picking up a lot, so very difficult for the players out there as well. But Jennifer Dunn makes light of it and leaves it off. But good battling back by NUIG, and they really are getting stuck in now. That's good work by Garrity. And what an education for these young players as well, to be playing against all-stars as well at this level. That's the beauty of colleges football. So 24th minute of the game now. 1-5 plays to the 1 goal scored by Emma Morrissey. She also got a goal in the league final. Now that's an interesting crossfield ball. Is it going to be kept in? It is, you know. DCU very, very impressive so far. Won the league and doing very well in this game so far, because this is a good NUIG team. But look at that lineup. Emma Duggan, great ball in. And that's to the other Emma, that's to Morrissey. Meath and Tipperary combining, and Emma Duggan again on the ball, trying to find a way through and shoot, and it's gone to the right hand way. But the two Emmas linking up nicely there. Now the goalkeeper is Karen Connolly. Goes short. This is Kearney. This is Melissa Duggan. She likes to get forward, and she does. And she'll be in support here if needed. But lots of yellow jerseys around the place, so they go for the route 1 kick up into the corner. Lots of yellow jerseys there as well, though, so they're forced to come back out. It was good play initially by Aoife Garrity. 2 Garritys on the field, and this is Melissa Duggan speeding forward now against Kennedy, and the referee says that's a foul. And a free in from the good work by Melissa Duggan. On Facebook, Alison Lynch says keep it going, NUI Galway and Emma Corley. Emma Corley at number 4 for NUIG. This is Lauren McGregor. Just outside the D, or on the edge of the D, and it drops dangerously around the crossbar, but just sneaks over the bar. And the Waterford vice-captain of this team makes it 2 in a row for the Galway girls. Referee checks his watch, but we're still 4 minutes to the break, at least. This is Roisin Ennis from DCU, number 7. She's just been named the new Offaly captain for the year from the Niamh Kieran club. And talking of new captains and that kind of thing, at number 2 for DCU is Claire Dunn. She's just been named new vice captain of Sligo. So quality all over the fields for DCU. And NUIG finding that now. They're really having to play at the top of their game just to get anywhere, but they have got 2 points in a row, and this is a good burst forward from Aoife Garrity from Westport and County Mayo. That's great work by her. She took on the DCU defence, and they're looking to get something out of this. Lots of yellow shirts back. Can they get in behind, and can they get a goal effort? Well, there's 3 yellow shirts there, and they have turned that over. DCU getting back to do that, and now they burst, and now they go at pace up the field. They really are a unit, this DCU team. They're going to take some stopping. 28th minute of the first half at DCU Sports Grounds in the Yoplait O'Connor Cup, round 1. Off camera, I can tell you NUIG have a sweeper sitting in, but the way it's going so far, that it looks like they might need a couple of extra players too. This is Kennedy. It looks like DCU have more than 15 out there. They've always got somebody available. So the match just dropping a little bit in regards to pace, but as I say that, Lally injects a bit of pace and then comes back. They have so many players adept at playing the ball around patiently and then bursting through just like this. Here goes Dunn again. Just trying to create a little bit of space for their teammates. 29th minute. The O'Connor Cup finals will be held here at DCU next month. Now, here's the chance. And it's Morrissey again. She's got one goal. Is she looking for another one? Oh, she's gone inside. She's leading them a merry dance and fires. Oh, what a brilliant save out of the top corner there. That looked like a goal from Morrissey. But Karen Connolly somehow got a hand to it there. The girl from Corofin. Look at this. Oh, that could have went in so easily. I could have been game over. But Karen Connolly saves for NUIG. Real direct play by Emma Morrissey from Aherlow in Tipperary, same club as the captain today, Anna Rose Kennedy. She got a goal in the league final, got a goal earlier on in this game and was looking for another one there, but denied by a brilliant save. This is Heatherton forcing her way through lots of maroon jerseys, but eventually it's given as a free out. Bit of a treat coming up for you at half time, by the way, not just for Division 1 from the league, but we're going to play a bit of a wrap at half time, and it's now half time, and it will be from all of the games, all of the finals played in the leagues, or well, all the ones we'd had before Christmas, so that doesn't include the recent one there. Was it last week, I'm afraid, so we don't have that one, but we have a wrap of all the other ones, so we're going to play that, and we're going to have a message from the sponsors as well. But if you're involved at any of the levels from 1 to 6, have a wee look at this. Here's a wrap of the league finals. Carla, a wet, cold, miserable night in early December, but you really seem to enjoy that.
Yeah, look, last year was a difficult year playing football, so it's great to be back out, and there's a great bunch of girls there in DCU, and it's great to be playing with different girls from so many different counties, something which I experienced but a good few years ago in DKIT, so enjoyed that today and good to get the win.
You love the rain out there, and you also got in for a goal in the first half. Bit of quick thinking there.
Yeah, we knew that if a team switches off, you need to capitalise, especially on these messy nights. So I saw Emma inside, and she kind of switched on to the quick ball, and I think it landed in a puddle, but sure, it got over the line.
Katie New, what a year you've had.
I know, yeah, it's unreal. What a way to finish it off. It was a great game of football there against the girls. It's cold, but it was great, yeah.
And what did it mean to you to win it with these girls?
Yeah, it's nice playing with like a new group of people and playing with people you'd be playing against during the year. But like sure, we hadn't seen each other all over COVID, so it was nice to get back to playing with the college.
With the wind in the first half now, you got the goals going. There were 2 or 3 really nice goals, but in the second half, I think particularly the first goal was really important against the wind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. In the first water break we said we need to utilise the wind because we won't get this in the second half, but we actually powered on in the second half, and it nearly drove us on going against the wind and having to work that a little bit harder.
Mia, what was it like to watch your captain lifting the cup there?
Oh, unreal. Like, it's phenomenal just being back playing football after, as you said, 23 months. The college hasn't been playing since like 2 years nearly, but club is keeping us going, keeping us fit, and now look at us after winning there.
And you say it keeps you going and keeps you fit. What else does it do to have the girls together and have trips like this up to Belfast, and now you're heading back with a cup?
Oh, phenomenal. Like, I play with most of the girls, and even new girls from Monaghan and Meath. It's just fantastic playing with different counties.
And you have a dub in there as well. Now, don't forget her.
Yeah, no, phenomenal. Caitlin O'Brien, speed, accuracy, everything, she has it. Unreal.
How do you feel to win the cup here tonight?
Oh, unbelievable, unreal. But I mean, it's been an absolutely brilliant semester, I suppose, down in college with the girls. It's a bit wet and miserable tonight, but we don't feel all that miserable. A bit wet, but not miserable. Marino, I think, is unique in that it is so small. We've very few actual courses, but because it is so small, you actually get to know an awful lot of people outside of your own degree. So, I mean, there's a lot of the girls there. The only time I get to see them is on the football pitch, and you know, we're the best crack, and some of them are my best friends that I've had from first year, and I would never have met them only for the football. Now, this is Division 5, but it's every bit as thank you it's every bit as important as the ones further up the way. It gives everybody a chance to get in and get involved, and I think the most important thing is it's about making friends and making those connections, and it means as much to everyone on this pitch as if it was a Division 1 title.
Thanks so much, Ireland. It's TV. Don't know where they're going, but fair enough. You know, it's raining, but in my heart it's not raining
training today?
Kitty, Division 6 champions, how does that feel?
Oh, absolutely amazing. Like on a night like this, like it's just unbelievable, like unbelievable.
And how much does it mean to you and the girls?
Oh, like we've been training since September. Since like September in wet conditions, and we've all been out, and there's been over 50 at training, so it's just great to see everyone out, all the girls out training and everything. Like it's brilliant.
It's really exciting to be here today in Croke Park. As a brand, Yoplait are delighted to be working with the LGFA for 2022 sponsorship. I'm really looking forward to working with the girls this year.
Yoplait is something I've always had before and after training. It's great for calcium and get vitamin D in, and I just can't wait for them to get involved with us and help all the other athletes.
It's great, and obviously to get them involved and kind of yogurt and just a staple meal that it is. Like I'd be always on the go, especially when you're training, going for matches and college as well. Like it's just such a handy little snack to grab nearly. So having them on board, and obviously they'll be able to push their brand as well and get it out there. It's just great.
I think it's great because they're such good products that you'd need for recovery and stuff, you know, protein, get your calcium in and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's great.
I said to the girls beforehand, I was like, I've always been a fan of them, and it's something I find really beneficial for myself anyway, and other elite athletes definitely have used them. I've talked to Orla and a few others and they said the same. So
we chose ladies because we feel that you know, it's a really nice time to get involved with it. You know, there's huge attention on ladies sports across the board, and it's brilliant to see. It's brilliant to see that the profile's been risen and that there's more support being backed against the ladies about ladies sports overall across all sports. So we are delighted to be working with the Ladies Gaelic Football Association.
Great to have Yoplait on board, and it is the Yoplait O'Connor Cup, and we are at DCU Sports Grounds. You can maybe hear the wind whistling through our makeshift building here for the game. That's DCU team out there, NUIG over the far side, and as you can see, NUIG are trailing, not that far though, not that far behind. There was one rather fortunate goal in the first half, and although DCU dominated possession, you wouldn't say that the game was over, but what an all-star team they have. They've dominated the play, and really they've put on a bit of an exhibition, but certainly haven't put NUIG away. Now I want to hear from you on Facebook, and it's not just about this level. There's lots of teams out there, of course. For example, TUD Dublin Blanchardstown had a great win last night in their first game of the Giles Cup, 3-9 to 114 against Maynooth. Very exciting game. I hear it went right down to the end. So feel free to let us know about other achievements out there. UCD in the Giles Cup today as well. I'm looking at the Ladies HEC Twitter feed. And MIC St Patrick's Campus Thurles were playing as well against Marino. So you saw some of those at half-time, and you saw what's been going on, and there's lots of great talent out there all around the country. You see it coming through this morning up in Tyrone in the schools game we did, and you see it here at colleges level, although some of these girls are already established county players. Most of them are actually. That was Jennifer Dunn right from the start, as DCU try to use the wind advantage, and you would imagine Emma Duggan from here might fancy her chances, and she just lifts that in the air with that familiar drop of the shoulder and puts it over the bar. First score of the second half, her third of the game. Emma Duggan, TG Gahar, all-star. Could be a tough second half for NUIG. Need to get possession, but the press from DCU is very impressive. NUIG managed to get possession this time, but it's not just about getting possession, it's about being able to build, and look at the pressure on there from Duggan and from Morrissey. Now they get a free, but they've had to put in a lot of effort and a lot of work, and they haven't even got out of the 45 yet. That's Kate Garrity. And she gets it back. Melissa Duggan. Busy play in there, and manages to find a teammate and gets it back, and this is what we expect from Melissa. Great tackler, but also great at overlapping and coming forward. She'll be an inspiration to the rest of the young girls in this team. There's a free there for NUIG. And that was Laura Ahern, number 8, going forward for NUIG. And this now is Garrity. Lots of good young players from the west involved here. That's a high one, but I think it's going to drop short, and Abby Shields watches it all the way. Turns back across her goals, but she knew what she was doing. Yeah, just to mention Laura Ahern there at number 8 for NUIG. Made her Galway senior debut last year in the league and then in the championship. First ever from her club, Naomh Mhuire, to play senior county for Galway. And now she's out here with NUIG. 1-6 plays 3. Referee plays advantage. Lets DCU get on with the play. This is McLaughlin from Termon and Donegal. This is Roisin Ennis from Offaly. Comes back to McLaughlin, and they're just playing keep ball at the minute as if they were a few points up at the end of the game. And NUIG now putting on a bit of pressure. Eva Noon coming forward. Eva and Hannah, of course, won the All-Ireland club last week with Kilkerran Clonbyrne. And that's, I think, Duggan in there clearing that one. Starting to think about substitutes at this time in the game. In fact, there's number 18, not a sub, but of course the Sinbind player, Maria Riley, coming back in for DCU. So they've been playing with 14 players, back up now to 15. But talking of subs, NUIG have 17, Emily Birch from Kildare, Caoimhe Keown from Donegal, or Kiva Keown, number 18. 19 is Eve Nairney from Longford. 20 is Sarah Keogh from Offaly. 21, Eva McDonald from Mayo. 22 is Cleona Carey from Dundrum in County Down there in Galway. And 23 is Laura Fury from Donegal. And 24 is Louise Brady from Roscommon. 25 is our captain, Niamh Daly from Galway. 26, Siobhan McMahon from Clare. Aoife Cohen from Galway is 27. And here now is a chance. She's just come back after the sin bin and she smashes it to the net. Top corner. Brilliant goal for DCU. She went off for 10 minutes. She had a rest and she decided to come back in and make an impact right away and redeem herself. And she sure did that. Off the shoulder. It opened up for her. Bang. Back of the net from Maria Riley. Good kick out though. And that's well taken by Eva Noon. And Eva now realises that they really have moved on from her position of needing to do something pretty quickly to really needing to do something. They need to get forward, but a lot of maroon jerseys there going forward, and look at the amount of yellow jerseys back in there, an absolute mass of them. So it's going to take something special to get through, and this is special from Aoife Garrity, and she shoots slow and into the corner of the net. What a brilliant goal, a special goal by the girl from Westport in County Mayo for NUIG. That's how to beat the blanket defence, burst her way through and put it in the corner. 2 goals in a minute, and all of a sudden we have game on. I was mentioning the subs nearly got to the end for NUIG. One more was left. That's Noelle Curtin from Limerick, who is in there as well. I'll give you the DCU subs in a minute, but there's actually a substitution being made, and I think it's Emma Ferran, the number 9 for NUIG, who is being replaced. That's the girl from the St Bridget's club in Belfast. Played midfield for Antrim last year, and basketball as well, actually, for Phoenix. Playing midfield here, but she has been replaced for NUIG, and number 19 is in there, and that's Longford's Eve Nairney. So a change for NUIG, and they got back into the game there with a goal, and it looked like DCU were putting serious daylight between the teams, but a brilliant response. And Clodagh Lyons on Facebook says, "Go on, Kate Garrity." Brilliant goal by her. And we do welcome your comments and messages on Facebook. We're also going out on YouTube if you prefer to watch there, or you can even watch on Twitter. So on 3 platforms. Now, the rain is coming in now, making it even trickier, but NUIG are up for the fight. They're up for the conditions. They're up to play against this incredible DCU star-studded lineup, and they're ready to have a go. And Kate Garrity got a goal a minute ago, and here she is again, trying again, gives it back to Laura Ahern. Duggan is there, and Duggan says, let's calm this down and move it around. In fact, that wasn't Duggan, that was the other Garrity, that was Kate Garrity. Now, this is Aoife Garrity. Sorry, I was getting my Garrities mixed up. This is Aoife Garrity, number 10. Kate Garrity is 7. And here she comes again, running at the defence, but this time it's been turned over. She's been dispossessed in there, and she's getting back to her feet now, but was dispossessed in there, so DCU come away with it. So yeah, sorry about that. I'm getting my Garrities mixed up with NUIG. Kate is at 7, Aoife is at 10. So it was Aoife Garrity who got the goal. Now, way off camera, I see Lara Curran for DCU, way off on her own, looking for a crossfield ball. That's not going to come, but she might profit at the end anyway, because Emma Morrissey is very nippy in there, and she's played a brilliant ball across, and this could be another goal, but it's gone over the bar when it could easily have gone under the bar. And that is the goal scorer again, Maria Riley, in there, and a good score on the break for DCU, and they move to 2-7 to 1-3. Scoreboard in the ground here says 2-7. And we will change that on our screen in just a minute. But it's NUIG now trying to respond. And this is Melissa Duggan. Gives it back to Ahern. Comes out now to Aoife Garrity. This is Eva Noon. NUIG showing the necessary urgency. Waiting for an opportunity and trying to take on the DCU defence, but they're just sitting in there. They've been very disciplined. That's Cara Shannon on the ball, number 14. Now, they're having a real go now. This is a good run by Aoife Garrity again. And this is their full forward, Cara Shannon again. They're getting lots of ball, but in the end having to shoot from distance, and that's going to drop in safely into the arms of Abby Shields. She puts it out into the middle, and Dunn is there, but that's really well read there. I think it was Ahern who patted it down for Melissa Duggan. And NUIG putting it up to DCU, getting a chance now maybe for a score of their own from distance. Good sharp play in there, lots of yellow jerseys, and eventually a hand goes in, and the referee says that is a free in. Tricky one this against the wind. It looks like it's quite close in, but it is a tricky one. NUIG trying to get back into this game, and their management along the sideline must be thinking, who else can we put in, or what else can we do to try and turn this around? We certainly need a score, but there's the strength of the wind has carried that way to the right. The management, by the way, Brian O'Rourke is the manager of NUIG, has been since September 2017. He's also the Offaly manager for the last couple of years, and in with him tonight he has Dan McGarvey and Kevin McKittrick. So 10 minutes into the second half. It's been eventful in the second half. A little bit of rain getting into the lens as well there. We'll try and clear that for you. Nothing too bad. Just a bit of rain coming in, but nothing fierce, thankfully. Fierce battle, though, in the middle of the field there for possession. And there you see our cameraman clearing the screen for us. Into the 11th minute of the second half now in this Yoplait O'Connor Cup game. And that's McLaughlin from Donegal. And it's DCU trying to build another attack. They lead by 7. But as I said earlier, still not out of sight. NUIG are still dangerous, and they hit back with that goal a few minutes ago. This is Emma Duggan now, and 2 or 3 maroon jerseys around her, but she manages to hold possession. Emma Morrissey has been very influential in this game as well. Got the first goal and has been so busy in there and could easily have had another one. Duggan spreads the play. Good patient work by DCU, trying to get in behind, trying to find a little bit of space. Morrissey from Aherlow and Tipperary All the Emmas combining again, and I think that was Hartnett who got that one and put it over expertly with her right foot, and that's a super point that takes them to 2-8. Pressure exerted on NUIG as they try to come out of defence. Now the kick pass, but that's actually going to be intercepted by Orla Lally. She spotted that one. If you're watching on Facebook, feel free to leave a comment. I'm sure there's lots of excitement out there about these Yoplait ladies higher education colleges games at all levels. It's growing every year, and so many fabulous players out there coming through from great work being done in the schools and in the clubs, and now enjoying themselves at this level and turning on a real show here, and that's why we have such talent. But it's not just about Division 1. Lots of fabulous players all over. I remember a few years ago a certain Geraldine McLaughlin playing, I think it was maybe Donaghy Cup, and scoring something like 3 or 4-12 in a game. And the standard just going up all the time, and the enthusiasm, as you saw at the half-time there video with Marino, for example, winning their league, and it means just as much to them at that level. .43 minutes gone now, and NUIG finding it tough going, but they've certainly shown plenty of heart. They're certainly not giving up the fight by any means at all, and that's their number 5, Hannah Noon, coming forward, fresh from winning an All-Ireland club medal at the weekend, as is her sister Eva Noon. So plenty of quality in their team as well. So many yellow shirts in there. Can they find a way through? I think there was a bit of a pull there which the referee spotted. I saw it from here and he certainly saw it, and that's going to be a free in. Now, it's not quite at the stage where NUIG need to think about trying to go for goal, but it is very difficult in there even to get a point, and even from a free as well. And I think it's Shannon McLaughlin who was spoken to there by the referee. So 44th minute, and she puts it safely over the bar for a point for NUIG. On Facebook, thanks for your comments that are coming in. Julie Curran, who's a goalkeeper up there in Antrim and with St Bridget's, says go on Emma Ferran up the biddies. Emma's gone off now, but she did start at midfield from the St Bridget's club in Belfast, but playing down in Galway. Now, can NUIG profit here after being sharp to the kick out? And they might even get a goal here because they've been really sharp, and it's shot but saved on the line unbelievably there. It looked like it was a certain goal. The goalkeeper was there, the goalkeeper was beaten, but saved on the line. We'll get a replay of that in a minute to see exactly who it was, because that was an outstanding save on the line. Talk about being in the right place at the right time. Goal there would have made things very interesting going into the last quarter, but DCU survived. I'll find out who they have to think about it, or thank for it. Now there's a ball up into the corner for DCU. They might get a score themselves at the other end. And here's the girl who made the damage after coming back from the sin bin. She gives it off to Emma Duggan. She's looking to get through, but being held up really well there by the defence, and in the end, who's going to take it on? Emma Morrissey takes it on, but brilliantly blocked. And NUIG have to be commended for the way they are taking the game to DCU and standing up to them in the second half. They've done extremely well. They conceded a unfortunate goal from their point of view in the first half, but they have definitely stuck to their task here. But there's room here. This is number 11, Lauren McGregor. And this is actually a chance for Emma Duggan creating anyway. I'm not sure who it was finished. Was it Morrissey again? Either way, they go through. And here is that goal chance. Number 11 shot and saved on the line there as we go to the water break. Was it Heatherton who was back there who saved that possibly? Maybe you'll let me know on Facebook. Send me a comment there if you know who that was. I think it was Heatherton who got back there. Didn't see the number, but it looked like Neath Heatherton. I can never say that. I keep getting caught up with that. But it's Heatherton definitely who was in there. NUIG go back to their management over there, and they'll be so disappointed they didn't get that goal. But they know there's still hope there, and they know they're still well in this game. And we know from that shot that it's still very windy here in DCU. The cameraman trying to hold his camera steady there, but very, very windy here at the DCU Sports Grounds. And to be fair, it is the 2nd of January. These are the sort of conditions that you get. Just checking on Facebook for your messages. The shot, by the way, came in from Lauren McGregor, but saved on the line, I think, by Heatherton. A key moment in this game, keeps DCU in control. And their manager sending them out again, but again, you know, there's Peter Clark, the manager, waiting to have a word. This is what he does on the water breaks. He wants them in for one quick word. They can't relax. The DCU subs, by the way, I'll give them a mention since I give the NUIG subs a mention. 16 is Alison O'Sullivan, 17 Emma Lawler, who started, 18 Maria Riley, who started, 19 Sarah Harding Kenny, 20 Tara Needham, 21 Leisha Lenahan, 22 Kieran Nolan, 23 Aoife Rattigan, 24 Aoife Farrell, 25 Roisin Daly, 26 Tara Hegarty, and 27 Ciara Byrne. So 2-9 plays 1-4. And on Facebook, Nollig McHale says, keep it going, Ava McDonald, number 21 from NUIG. From all in the St. Bridget's Club in not just Mayo, but North Mayo. Now, this is NUIG's 19 Eve Nairney, who came into the play a while back for Ferran, just to reduce the number of Emmas on the pitch. I think there's only 3 now, but all for DCU. This is good work by Gilmartin, and this is good work by McGregor, and NUIG looking refreshed after the water break, and they seem to have a little bit of momentum here at the start of the 4th quarter. And they look intent on trying to break through. Certainly they're not thinking that the game is up. They nearly got a goal before the water break. If they can get one after it, this could be a very, very interesting finish. Laura Ahern from Niamh Wirra gets it across to, I think that's number 5, Hannah Noon. It is, of course, Hannah, and off she goes now, and she's bursting through, and she's still going, and she shoots. Oh, comes off the crossbar, I think, and over. So unlucky again. That's twice NUIG have been unlucky, just before the water break and just after it. A brilliant run there by the new All-Ireland club champion, and so close to a goal. We'll have a look at a replay of that maybe in a minute, but we have to stay with the play here. DCU, a few warning signs for them. They are ahead and have been for most of the game, apart from when they went 1-0 down. And this is Emma Duggan now. And Emma finding a little bit of room, and she gives it over to Lally. It's a Meath move, but it's been intercepted just at the last moment there when they tried to get it through to the Tipperary full forward. They have won it back though, and the referee says that was a fair challenge. This is Maria Riley. 1 goal already to her name. But you have to admire the NUIG team. They're really well set up and really organised. And they haven't been cut apart too often, although Maria Riley did do it when she came back in, and maybe they just hadn't picked her up after she came back on from the sin bin, and she got through the middle for a smashing goal. And here is the chance here for Hannah Noon. Did it all herself and got through. Seemed to be fouled, but got a kick away, and it just came off the bar. Certainly was being fouled, I think, by McLaughlin, but still got her kick and was very, very unlucky. 49th minute of the game here. Looking to see if there's any subs, and I think I saw one just go on there for NUIG, so I'll try to pick that up for you. But back with the play. You've got to admire the spirit of the NUIG girls. They are really going at DCU, and they're not giving up, and this game is not over. And yeah, there's a sub on for NUIG. They're at 20. Oh, those numbers are hard to read from a distance. They're a bit squashed together. It's hard to tell a 20 from a 28 or a 26. I'll see who it is in just a second for you. Don't worry. And it is actually a number 20 for NUIG, and that's Sarah Keogh from Offaly. So she's in the play now for NUIG. Fresh legs. This is Lara Curran, number 12 for DCU from Milltown in Kildare. This is Roisin Ennis from Niamh Kieran in Offaly. This is Claire Dunn from St Farnans in Sligo. And this is 17, that's Emma Lawler, who's wearing 17 but started the game. And DCU just owning the ball at the minute, trying to take the fizz out of NUIG and then maybe hit them on the break. Kennedy now, as the rain continues to fall here. It mightn't be too obvious on your screen wherever you're watching, but it is a bit wet here in DCU. Not too heavy. And that's Heatherton winning a free, and the referee taking a note for that challenge as well. Looking for a bit of movement and gets it from Duggan. And Duggan is surrounded, 4 maroon shirts around her, but still leaves it off. And I think that's Lally for the all Meath move, and it goes over the bar. And indeed, it's another score for for DCU, created and finished by Meath players. Now there's a number 20 going in for DCU, and that's Tara Needham. She goes into the play. And she replaces number 18, Maria Riley, who got the second goal for DCU. More rain coming into our lens. Cleared now, thankfully. 52nd minute of the game. 2:10 to 1-4, so DCU well in control. But NUIG unlucky only to have 1-4. They've certainly had a few goal chances, and they've now brought in another substitute. 24, Louise Brady from Roscommon is in for NUIG. So this could go either way. They could open up a little bit and create or concede a lot more, or they could get right back into this game with the fresh legs. And you see there number 24 Brady chasing with those fresh legs, but she still can't catch Jennifer Dunn, and she's slipped the ball in behind, and Morrissey throws a dummy, shows the ball, puts it in the net, and that is another goal for Emma Morrissey, her second goal of the night, and that should just about do it. Created by the Dublin midfielder and finished by the star from Tipperary. .310 plays 1-4. Free out for NUIG. Just wonder what would have happened if they'd got one of those goal chances in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Might have made it a little bit of interest. They made it a little bit interesting, but now it looks to be going away for them. Still going though with Aoife Garrity. She got their goal. Uses Eve Nerney. They go cross field because they have room there. The burst forward is by Noon. Not getting through this time. She did a few minutes ago, but not this time. I think I saw a 21 in there, but again, I'll check that for you. This is 11. This is McGregor. 14 is Cara Shannon. They need a goal. Need a few goals, but one will do for now. Can they get it? Well, they'll take a point, I suppose, and they do get a point. And it's put over the bar, and that's a good response from them, because the heads could have gone down. The same way our equipment is going down here under the strong wind. My TV monitor in front of me has fallen, and that's partly due to the extremely strong wind here. So sympathies with our cameraman, who's up on a higher level than me tonight, trying to hold things steady and doing a brave job up there. And the rain comes in as well, so difficult conditions here for the players and indeed for the cameraman. But only about 5 or 6 minutes to go, so we will be able to hold out. Now there's room on the right here for Aoife Garrity. Aoife Aoife comes inside. And a hand in there by Kennedy, and another hand in ferocious tackling from the Tipperary centre half back, who's the captain of this team. But NUIG keep possession, and they come again. They just try to find a different way through. This is Brady, who's only come into the play, and she gets fouled. And the foul was by Roisin Ennis. Another sub coming in for DCU, and it's 23. That's Aoife Ratigan. So she's going to get 5 minutes here. Such strength in depth from DCU. And they obviously are going to be serious contenders. They won the league, and they're going to be serious contenders for the O'Connor Cup itself. 13 is Eva Noon, throwing a few shapes out there and drawing another foul. Wanting to take it quickly though. Difficult to get a score from there. So they go short to try and find a way through, and that's quickly through the hands and lashed. Oh, I don't believe it. It's hit the crossbar. No luck for NUIG tonight. They have hit the bar twice, and they've had one brilliantly saved as well on the line. So they've at least had 3 or 4 goal chances. So the scoreline on your screen is very, very tough on them. The player who came off for DCU, by the way, there was Emma Lawler. And there's another change about to be made as NUIG look to come forward again. Duggan is trying to hold up the play and manages to do that, but even Noon is there. Now, Garrity burst through for a brilliant goal early in the second half. This is 21 for NUIG. That's Ava McDonald from Mayo. Disciplined at tackling from DCU. But then I saw a little tug on the jersey. That's not disciplined. But a chance now, and the kick comes in, and it's dangerous, you know, and Shields came out to meet it. And it's a wide ball. 21 is on now for DCU. That's Leisha Lenahan coming in the 57th minute. And the player coming off is their number 2, and that is Claire Dunn from Sligo. The wind has died down almost completely, thankfully, but there's still a bit of drizzle in the air. And it's cold, but it is February. It's O'Connor Cup weather, although the finals in March usually are played in good weather. Short kick out from Shields, and manages to get it back as well from Rachel Hartnett, although I think she took a bit of a bang there for her troubles. But it's DCU in possession and looking to come forward. Heatherton is available, making the run off the shoulder and asking for it and getting it and putting it into the full forward line. And there's danger again. There could be another goal for DCU right at the end. No, they're just going to take their point, and that's sensible from the 20 who's just come on the pitch, Taryn Needham. And that makes it 3-11 to 1-5, and it's going to be a comfortable victory at this rate. Number 7 for DCU is off. That's Roisin Ennis. So another sub has gone in there, and that will be 19, Sarah Harding Kenny. And she is involved right away in holding up and fouling her opposite number. So it's a free to NUIG. This is brilliant running by Eva Noon, trying to create a little bit of space coming from deep, although she's 13, which you'd think be corner forward, but she's playing deep and trying to get forward, but that's what you need to do against this defensive setup. And there she goes again, Aoife Garrity. But it's been overturned, actually. It's going to be a free in, and DCU have conceded a lot of frees around this area, and they haven't really been punished. One sin bin, I remember, at the end of the first half, but certainly on the scoreboard, the frees haven't been put over as you might expect on a day when the weather is kinder. I'm talking of kinder weather. The rain is coming in a little bit now, a little bit heavier. So conditions difficult here tonight for the teams. And also for the camera people here, but it is brilliant to be able to bring this game to you tonight. You've seen a lot of Sigerson and Fitzgibbon games over the last good number of years, and it's great to be able to put the ladies HEC O'Connor Cup games and other games on the same level, on the same platform, and give them the same treatment which they deserve. So, for example, DCU were shown last night, and DCU ladies are being shown this night. And they are putting on a bit of an exhibition because Orla Lally is coming forward as she loves to do, and she's fired that into the corner. It might be a little bit too hard, and yeah, it is not kept in way over there in the, well, what we call that, the Ballymun corner possibly. Is it up that direction? I think it is. Either way, it's going to be a free out in the 60th minute, or a goal kick. Arlene Guinan says, great game, Roisin Ennis. Yeah, she had a good game. She's off now, but she did her bit. And we also have another comments coming in on Facebook. I'll get to them in a second, but I just want to watch the play here to see what NUIG can do. Emma Duggan fighting back there. Look at that for tackling back. You'd love to see your forwards doing that. And she gets a hand in to try and hold up the play, but all I can see to my right off camera is lots of yellow jerseys. That's the defensive structure. That's the work rate. They're not marking players, they're marking space in there, and they've turned over the NUIG attack as well. They've really sucked the life out of NUIG in many ways with their running game and their work rate and turnovers all over the field. They're just very, very strong, almost exhibition football at times, and you almost feel as if they've got another gear or maybe two. So it's going to be very, very interesting in the later stages of the O'Connor Cup. But the champions from 2018 are certainly putting down a marker. They've won the league, and there's a great ball from Jennifer Dunn into the forwards, going for a route one approach to Emma Morrissey, who's been absolutely fabulous tonight. 2 goals for the girl from Tipperary. This is Needham, got a point already, and Emma Duggan is coming through trying to get a goal. She's held up, has to come back. They might still get a point, and Orla Lally is there on her left foot, and she goes for it and gets it as well. And on that point, I'm wondering who your player of the match is. We've only got a few minutes left, so you want to tell me your contender for player of the match? We'll see who gets the most votes at the end of the game. Just a few minutes left. Pat Faulkner. In fact, there is the final whistle. We're in injury time. I thought we had a few minutes to go, but that is the end of the game. And it's ended in victory for DCU by 3-12 to 1-5. And yeah, on Facebook, Pat says, very strong DCU team. Emma Duggan controls everything. He says what is missing from NUIG was strength. And Patrick Foy says, well done to Orla Lally. And I take it that's in reference to that last point. Hard to pick a player of the match. There were that many, I suppose, out there in yellow who played extremely well tonight. But Emma Morrissey certainly at full forward with the 2 goals, and her overall work rate and creativity very, very impressive. Emma Duggan, of course, did her bit as we expect, and the midfield pair were fabulous. Jennifer Dunn always available and bursting forward, and Heatherton as well had a great game and made that vital stop on the goal line as well when it looked like a certain goal. And then on the half-back line, the likes of Anna Rose Kennedy, Roisin Ennis and Orla Lally were absolutely superb. Pat Faulkner says Emma Morrissey, that's his vote, so I think we'll go with her. We're agreed on that one. And Rosaline Kerwin says well done to DCU. So I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, it's been great to put ladies on the same platform as the men in colleges. And that's the goalkeeper Abby Shields, who was only beaten once, and that was right in the corner. She couldn't get there. And the manager, Peter Clark, having a word with his team. You can see the rain coming down there under the floodlights. So a difficult evening for the girls, but this is what the O'Connor Cup is about. In round 1, this is usually the weather you get. Very heavy now, but Peter Clark in there will bring the girls in and say, think about coming back here at DCU for the finals next month. That's what it's all about. But for tonight, it's been great to be able to bring the game to you. I know our cameraman will want me to stop talking because the rain is getting heavy. Just very quickly, Aisling Cleary says Orla Lally had a fantastic game. She did indeed. Tom Quirk says hard luck to NUIG. And John Scholes says Emma Duggan, quality player, controlled the game. Lots of quality out there, lots of rain, so we're going to stop it there. And we're going to say thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it. See you again.